Hello Year Sixes, my name's Zoe and I'm one of the school nurses, and we've got something really fun planned for you today. And what we're going to do is we're doing a little PowerPoint today just to talk you through what exactly it is you're doing and what we're going to do with all the information and things like that afterwards. So you might have met us before, you might not have. So what we do as school nurses is we support you and we support your parents, and we will look after anything around your health. So that might be your emotional health, your physical health. We do things around healthy eating, relationships, lots of different things. And we'll support you when you're in primary school and also when you go up to secondary school as well.
Good morning Year 6, my name is Tim and I also work for the school nursing team. What we're going to ask you to do this morning is complete a really short questionnaire that's going to ask you a variety of questions about your health and well-being. Now there are no right or wrong answers to this, but the idea is that you answer the questions about you, not the person next to you. So if you keep focused on what you're saying, that would really help us out. The other thing is that we need to make sure we've got the right person. So if it'll ask you information about your birthday, about your name, and about what school you go to. These pieces of information are really, really important. So what will be helpful is if you just spend a little bit more time to make sure you spell your name correctly and you haven't got your date of birth wrong and things like that. The other thing is that if you don't want to complete the questionnaire, you don't actually have to. That is okay. And we've already got permission from whoever is at home.
So once you've completed your questionnaire, one of the school nurses will have a little read through and have a look at some of your answers. And on the very last page, once you've finished all of your questions, you might get a care plan. This is what we call it, it's a care plan. But actually it's just a page that's got lots of information on any support. So anything you might have ticked that you said is a bit of a worry for you, or maybe you want a bit more support around, that very last page is going to have all of the information that's going to help you. And what we want you to do with that is email it to your school email. So there'll be somewhere that you can press that says email, which you'll click on that and put your email address in. And then obviously it'll pop up on your email and you can have a look through that perhaps when you get home. What we say is a really good idea is when you get home is if you can go on your emails and get that care plan up, is to talk through it with whoever is at home for you. So that might be mum, dad, auntie, uncle, a carer, whoever that is. And share with them some of the worries that you might have put down or you might have spoken about in your questionnaire. And also look at some of the things that we've said might be a good website to look at or a good place to get a bit of support and some information. And the reason we ask you to do this is because you're getting older now, so you're top of the school, you're going to be going to secondary school next year, and it's really important as you go through your life and you become an adult that you take control of your own health. So if you've got worries or you've got problems or there's something you're not really sure about, you know how to reach out. So that might be for someone at home to speak to, that might be accessing us as school nurses, or that might be getting an appointment with your GP. And it's really important that you're starting to take a bit of control and know when you need that support and who to go to.
So once we've completed these questionnaires, what happens next? Well, sometimes we want to see you in school afterwards, sometimes we'll call whoever's at home, but this isn't because any of the answers are wrong. As we've said previously, there's no right or wrong answers to these questions. So please don't worry about that. No one is in trouble. No one can write an answer that will get them in trouble. That isn't the point. The point is that sometimes we don't fully understand what you've said, and we want to make sure that what you've said we understand in the way that you've said it.
So when you're filling out your questionnaires, all of them are confidential, and that means we won't share your information or anything you've said with anybody else. So it's just the school nurses that will look at these questionnaires. And the only time that is slightly different is if, one, you've said that you'd like a bit of support around something, and then we will maybe, like we said, speak with somebody at home or speak with school. Or if you say something that we're a little bit worried about your perhaps safety or someone's safety around you, and then we will have to share that information. But otherwise, it's not shared with people. It's just with us school nurses that will look at your questionnaires. What we then do with all your questionnaires when they're completed is we get all of the information, and we don't include any of your names, but we have your information in kind of like a big bulk. So what we can then do is say, all of this Year 6 class said they were a bit worried about going up to secondary school or something along those lines, and we can then offer support to the whole class as opposed to individual people. We can maybe come back in and do a session for the whole class on something that you've all said is a bit of a worry for you.
Okay, so let's get started. Now this questionnaire only works in Google Chrome. So if you boot up Google Chrome and pop in the link that's provided, and then start filling the questionnaire out. Now remember that everybody is different, but we all have different things that will worry us and different things that we will focus on. So try not to pay attention to how quick anybody around you's getting on with this. Just take your own time, relax, and try and enjoy it.